What's up, everybody? Yes, indeed, OG is back, man. You guys already know what time it is with this cat right here. I don't talk about it, I stay about it. But anyways, people, today we're going to discuss a little bit about fakes, flakes, and frauds. People, they're everywhere. I'm telling you now, man, you got to be careful with that circle that you keep yourself in. But anyways, people, let's get situated here. First and foremost, this is a fitness channel, people. Let's not forget that. I always start off touching a little bit about fitness, nutrition, or overall health in general, people. But before I go and do that, I got to give a shout out to all of my channel members, my subscribers, my followers, and everybody that's been participating here on my channel, man. I appreciate every last one of you guys. And once again, a reminder, let's get this channel up to 10,000 subscribers. That way I could start doing lives. Yes, I understand I don't need to have 10,000 subscribers to do lives, but that's my goal. That's important, to set goals in life. That's what keeps you pushing, people. Just don't set them off too far in the horizon. Like I've said in the past, and I've told, and I'm going to tell you today, when you set them off too far in the horizon, you're going to get discouraged. Why? Because you're not reaching that goal in a timely manner that you think you should be reaching it in. You know, there's always going to be obstacles in your way of reaching that final destination. You just got to learn to bob and weave, people. That's all it is, man. If you could walk and chew gum, then you could learn to bob and weave as well. But anyways, people, hit that like and subscribe button, put your notification bell and all, share this channel. Let's get it to that 10,000 subscribers, people. That way we could get this YouTube yarda active. Well, anyways, people, today I'm going to touch on just a little bit of everything on getting started in your fitness journey, you know, because summer's just right around the corner, people. For those of you that are still spinning your wheels and not knowing what you're doing, man, it's time to, you know, wake up, man up, woman up, and realize that all this time that you've been spending in the gym has been wasted time because you haven't gotten any results. And your first sign of results is you're gonna see the difference in the way your clothes fit you. You know what I mean? You're gonna start your clothes are gonna start looking better, feeling better, looser. You're gonna be able to drop down some sizes, and you're not gonna have to lay down on that bed anymore to get that waistline to close. I'm just keeping it real, you know what I mean? It's something I've never really had to have done, you know. But I remember seeing my sisters doing that, man. They would squeeze into they would have to lay down and squeeze in. That's crazy, you know what I mean? I'm keeping it real 100% with you guys, man. You know what I mean? I'm not sugarcoating shit, but they ain't the only ones that was doing that, man. You know. But anyways, people, yeah, it's time to fucking admit to yourself, man. You know that you need to reach out to somebody that knows what they're doing. You know, it's obvious that I have credibility in my program, you should say, because you could go to my Instagram, man. You know, I've been doing Instagram for not a real long time, over a couple of years now. I have a substantial amount of followers. Nothing major, you know what I mean? But check it out, man. You know what I mean? I got, I don't know, a few thousand followers. I really never pay attention to the following. I know it's grown. As I remember from day one when I first started off, I only had like 50 followers, man, and then it just boosted up. You know what I mean? And I appreciate every last one of my followers. You know what I mean? I interact with them when I come across their town, go across their town, cruising across their town, you know what I mean? And if they reach out to me, they know me. So I pull up. I ain't tripping. Scared man won't win, baby. But anyways, yeah, so you could go over there and check it out, man. If you need extra security, you know, that way you could feel more secure in signing aboard, you know what I mean? I am legit. I do have a team that I deal with day in, day out. I have team members all around the world, you know what I mean? Every now and then I post up my little Zoom meetings. It's just with a few of the members because a lot of my team members have very hectic schedules, and that's because of the professions that they're involved in, you know, and I won't disclose that here on social media because that's none of anybody's business. I respect my team members' business to the fullest. You know what I mean? Their privacy is very well kept with me. You know what I mean? In other words, when you sign aboard with me, man, and if you don't want to be known, you don't need to be known. You know what I mean? If you don't want to be put on Instagram, you don't need to be put on Instagram. If you don't want to be put on YouTube, you don't need to be put on YouTube. But if you want to be put up on YouTube or Instagram, you know, I'll push you guys. Why? Because you guys are my team members. You know what I mean? I'll help you to get your channel to grow. You know what I mean? Really, go take a look at my Instagram. People, like I said, you know, I got a few thousand followers. You know, and if you need to push your Instagram to make it grow, you know what I mean? I'm more than willing to help you guys out. You know what I'm saying? Because I know what it takes to build it. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, people, yeah, so let's get started with your fitness journey, people. You know, so whether you want to sign up with me or the next coach, and if you want to try to do it again and just waste time, that's entirely up to you. So I'm going to give you a real quick tip, and I've done it in the past. The next time you go and eat, man, make sure you fill up that plate with, you know, half of your plate with veggies or leafy greens. You know what I mean? Very important. That way you can get your vitamin C, because, you know, veggies and leafy greens are loaded with vitamin C. You know, very important. Good for the immune system. And the rest of your plate, you know, don't get exaggerated on the size. You know, for a female, a palm size of your protein is good for you, you know, to measure it. For a man, 2 palm size foods, you know what I'm saying, of your main course. And that right there will get you started. You know what I mean? It'll get you started, get you some basic results, but then you're going to come to a plateau, guaranteed. You know what I mean? And that's when you need to reach out, because my knowledge has value to it. My education has value to it. So for me to just give it out there for free, I can't do it. I got to be compensated. You know what I mean? This is the way I provide and put food on the table for my family. I will give you tips on a daily and help you out to get you started. But when you want to take it to that next level, you're just going to have to invest in yourself. You know what I mean? I did it with myself. No one gave me what I got today. I put in the work, and that's why I will never give anybody credit, because they didn't give me nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, though. You know what I mean? If you keep on pushing in anything in life, you could get it. You know what I mean? You just can't throw in the towel. You know, like I said, the road will get windy, but eventually it'll straighten up, and you'll be able to see where you're going. You know, you'll be able to see what's on the other side of that hill. So with that being said, man, this is a fitness channel. I'm not going to go on any further because I have an appointment that's coming up right now. I'm going to go get a physical done. I get physicals periodically, you know what I mean? Just for my own sakes, you know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with me. I don't feel that. The last thing that was wrong with me was that respiratory virus flu that was going around. But as you guys saw, man, I still busted down and did my 300 burpees. Didn't even bust a sweat. So for those of you that are out there doubting me, put up or shut up. Especially Mr. What's his name? Mr. Triple P, trying to contest that my little homeboy wasn't delivering mail yesterday. You a poo butt, fool. What's up with that purple tuxedo you have, man? I ain't gonna get on here and bash you, you know what I mean? You make yourself look silly, man. Don't bump your gums. You know what I mean? Don't speak unless you know facts. You feel me? You shouldn't really speak on anybody. That's real talk, man. You know what I mean? But I had to say that and address you, Mr. P. And Kung Fu Panda. Who is this poo butt? Mr. Your name in itself says it all. Kung Fu Panda. More than likely, you some fat ass lazy motherfucker. You should be embarrassed of yourself over here trying to belittle this guy that looks this way. Come on, my boy. I'm out here showing mine. Show yours. If you got it, flaunt it, baby. But anyways, that's enough for you. I gave you enough notoriety. You, Triple P, and fucking Kung Fu Panda, poo butts. That's all you guys are. Also, matli amo quadli. And but anyways, people, yeah. So fakes, flakes, and frauds, man. Be aware, man. Them people surround you day in, day out. And trust and believe, man. It's them people within your circle. Those are the frauds, okay? Because there's difference. You know what I mean? You got your fakes, the fake ass motherfuckers where you pull up to let's just say, I don't want to put any events or anything like that. give certain events where everybody decides to gather and pull up. And most of them are at, I'm going to keep it real with you. They're usually at funerals and shit, man. You get these fake ass motherfuckers that come out the woodworks. It's like, damn, where's this fake motherfucker been at? Trying to be something, portray and put out some sorry ass tears and shit. And you see right through them, you know what I mean? Because, when the person that we're saying goodbye to was around, you was never around. Now you want to come out here and do all this extra drama and extra crocodile tears, you know what I mean? Those are them fake ass motherfuckers, man. You know what I'm saying? So beware, you know what I mean? And the flakes are them fools that are always pulling up around you. They talk a good talk. They never talk bad about you. You know what I mean? They roll with you. They agree with you on certain things. You know what I mean? More than likely, they agree with you just about on everything. And you talk a good talk with each other. And when something is set and everybody agrees upon it, and when the time comes for you guys to do your thing, to get your rendezvous on, they flake. And it's always the people that you least expect to show up, they show up. Now, that's another thing for another day, another topic I could talk on, you know what I mean? But now you got your frauds, man. Your frauds are more than likely the ones that are supporting you right now. They're within your circle. They're cheering you on for everything and anything that you do. They never disagree with you. They're always yes, yes. They're them yes people. Yes, yes, yes this, yes that, yes that. Oh yeah, that's right, homie. Yeah, yeah. All right. Yeah. Them motherfuckers right there are the ones that you gotta watch out for. They will rob you blind. You feel me? They would stab you in the back. And then once you're down and out on your knees, I shouldn't say that because we got some weirdos out here on this social media. When you're down and out on your luck, those are the ones that run out on you. You never hear from them again. They played you. Well, they only play you because you allow them to play you. Coming from a background and doing time behind them walls back in the days, or even this day of age, you're able to weed out them fakes, flakes, and frauds. You know what I mean? It's something that we study every day. We study people's body language, the way they move, the way they talk, just the way they present themselves. You could read a person within the first few minutes. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. So them frauds are the worst ones, man. And I'm gonna tell you real quick. You know what I mean? I was gonna save this for another day, but pay attention, man. Them people that you've been ignoring and the ones that are still supporting you right there and you really don't acknowledge them, those are the real motherfuckers. Start paying more attention to them, man, because those ones will ride with you until the wheels fall off. But eventually shit does get old, man. So if you keep on brushing them to the side and treating them like a wet food stamp, and for those of you that don't know what the fuck that is, it was a piece of history of an EBT card in a paper form. What you guys call the EBT card, eating better tonight, those were food stamps, estampillas. Remember the booklets back in the day, people? Hey, you guys all know. Don't act like you didn't know. Shit, we all had them fucking food stamps in the books, government cheese, all that stuff. That shit was bomb, man. Feed all the homies. Quesadillas and grilled cheese for everybody, baby. Big old, what were they, like 10-pound blocks? Anyways, people, good shit out back in the day, man. Kind of miss those days. But anyways, people, yeah, pay attention to the ones that you've been ignoring, man, and the ones that are still there, giving you your props and shine. Those are the real motherfuckers that are there that want to see you win. They're not asking for nothing, man. Just because they may carry themselves a little bit different, that doesn't mean they're different. You know what I mean? They, maybe their hygiene may be a little off, or maybe they're not dressing that swag that you guys said. That's another fucking word, swag, huh? Maybe they ain't have that Bonnaroo look that you like, so you kind of like disregard them. Nah, man, don't do that, man. That's some cold shit to do. But anyways, people, I'm not gonna go rambling on this, man. But just pay attention to your circle, because there's fakes, flakes, and frauds. And the ones that you've been ignoring, those are the real ones, man. The real riders, the ones that will ride with you. And to my boy, Incredible Javier, that was delivering his mail yesterday, much love and respect to you, my boy, to the fullest. You already know, man. And once again, go support my homeboy, Scooter Lux. They got the channel Roses from the Concrete. You know what I mean? They're gonna be bringing some good content. You know, talking real life stories. You know what I mean? They're sharing upbringings from the hood. You know what I mean? As far as myself, I could only do things to a certain extent. You know what I mean? Because I'm from a different generation, people. You know what I mean? If you want to take a look at mine, go take a look at it on Hoodstocks. Lucky Sun Tzu invited me to Hoodstocks. I didn't reach out to him. Just about, I'd say 99% of the people that been on his program, they've reached out to him. I didn't. My boy reached out to me. Why? Because a little homie from my barrio, I don't know if he was from my barrio, but I know he lives in my barrio. He reached out to Lucky and told him about me. And Lucky, you know, looked into me and asked me if I wanted to come on the show. And yeah, I pulled up. I was there before him. Me and motherfucking, this is Pepito. We're busting down doing burpees, baby. Nah, that's just bullshitting. That's what Lucky thought, we were doing burpees and shit. But anyways, people, with that being said, man, if you want to get started on your fitness journey and start becoming that best version of yourself, shoot me a DM on my Instagram, high_power_fitness, high_power_fitness_, or email me at highpowerfitness@yahoo.com. There ain't nothing to it but to do it, baby. Don't talk about it. It's time to fucking be about it. Let's do this. Now hit that like and subscribe button and share this channel. 10,000 subscribers, baby. You already know we going activo. This motherfucking Yarda will become activo. Let's do this.